Hey, this is Alan from Pittsburgh Music Magazine. I'm here with Heidi and Carla from the Butcher Babies.
Hello.
How are you guys doing again?
Good.
Good to see you back in Pittsburgh again. I think this is probably about the 5th or 6th time we've been able to see you on this tour. It's been awesome.
Yeah, we've been here quite a few times, and it's always unexpected. We don't know what to expect. You know, Pittsburgh, sometimes they'll bring the party, and sometimes they'll be like, so hopefully tonight it'll be a big party.
Hopefully you're awake and alive, even though it's cold outside.
Yeah, even though it's freezing.
I can understand being meh when it's this cold outside.
Yeah, you know, usually that's when we bring our best.
Really?
Yeah, because we're cooped up inside all day. We want to.
That's what it is.
We want to let loose. We want to let
go
loose.
in there and get sweaty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Perfect.
How have you guys been dealing with some days not being in this moment and kind of doing some of the free shows and so forth?
Well, obviously we miss them. You know, they're great. Maria's great. We're having a blast. But it gave us a chance to headline, and that's always fun as well. I'm not going to lie and say it's not fun to headline, and the crowd still came out. It was actually a really great deal for the crowd because they still got a free show that night, and they still get to see Maria in a few weeks. So we had a blast.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a win-win for them, you know, but we had such a good time. You know, the rest of the bands, we just kind of band together and, you know, played a couple great shows and really warmed them up for in this moment in a couple weeks. So, you know, it was fun.
Carla, I saw you doing some pretty cool stuff over Christmas time. One of the things you were doing was you had a gallery show. That was pretty awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It was fun. I haven't done a gallery show ever on my own, and I had some of my favorite artist friends do it with me. And you know, I recently started drawing again. I went to art school years and years ago, and it beat the love of art out of me. You know, art school. I always think art and music schools are terrible to go to if you're, you know, a creative person. But I started drawing again, and it really helps me just find solace, you know, when I'm really busy. And it was an amazing experience for me to be able to do that after so long. To have a gallery show, it was a great turnout, and it was a blast. Of course, my best friend came to support me, which is really cool.
It was really fun. We had such a. It's cool to see what the inner workings of her brain does. It's pretty funny. I actually just got the copy of Gash. She gave it to me on tour. It's really neat. You know, some passages she's written on the road and stuff. And a lot of the times we'll see her. We see the making of these drawings while we're on tour. I do different stuff while I'm here. I'll make clothes, but for her, she draws, and that's like how we find our
little things that we do. Heidi loves to make clothes. I can't sew at all, so I have her tear up my t-shirts for me.
Up there.
So my drawing stuff is over there. Heidi's sewing machine is over there. And, you know, it really, to have something positive to do when you're on these long drives, it's really, really helpful.
It's so nice too. It's, you know, speaking of Mayhem, okay, so Mayhem, for instance, we were in here, I was sewing, and she was drawing, and our window was open, and we were parked next to Dimebag Hag's bus, right? Rita's bus. And she looked over, and in between the bus, which we didn't even notice, there was a flatbed truck, and there was a girl just getting rammed on that truck by like three guys, a couple different guys.
And she'd been an interviewer. I have to add this in. She was an interviewer earlier in the day at the big press tent.
So she was getting reamed by all these guys, and Rita came over and knocked on the door. She's like, "You girls, you're in here doing your home ec, and you don't even know what the fuck's going on next door, don't you?" And we look out, and all of a sudden we all just jet out. Our publicist is here. We all jet out, and everyone's got their flashlights, and it's just like, oh my god, it was crazy. But yeah, so we like to just spend our free time doing normal girl stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Our nails.
No truck activities.
No.
But that's cool. Heidi, you were somewhat of a track star
yes.
one time ago.
Yeah.
Even went as far as the Junior Olympics and went to Russia, right?
Yes.
Even though you're track and field. Am I correct?
Yes, track and field. Yeah.
Okay. Any interest in the Winter Olympics coming up here in Russia in February? That's kind of
I haven't
different.
been able to really keep tabs on what's been going on with the Olympics over the past couple of years. However, in Salt Lake City, but just before I competed in the Junior Olympics in Salt Lake City, were the Winter Games in 2001, I believe. 2001, I think. So I got to go and see so many different of the events, one of my favorites was snowboarding. I loved going and watching that. It was so fun. And during that time, funny story, during that time, I was also taking sign language. I was pretty fluent in sign language throughout high school. And I got to go around. We had a deaf experience where we went around and talked to people, pretended we were deaf to try and talk to people, and then wrote a huge report on it for the end of term. So that was really fun. But yeah, the winter games, I probably won't be able to view much this year, but we're going to be over in Europe, so.
They always seem so fun and controversial, the winter games. What is it with the winter games? The ice skating just brings out the worst in people.
Oh, I love watching the ice skating. It's so fun. It's just like blades of glory all over.
Have you guys heard Shaun White's new band? You know, he's got a band out now called Bad Things.
No.
The snowboarder.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah, he's gone like full blown. He's got a band out now.
What kind of music is it?
It's just like straight like rock and roll. He's on Warner Brothers.
Oh, well, I have no idea.
Yeah, big promoting going on. So speaking of Europe, you're going out with the Defile?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
So excited.
Cool. Yeah.
We got to see those guys play a couple weeks ago in Los Angeles and got to meet everyone and hang out. And great guys. Love their music. Great stage presence. And they have a huge following over there, so we're really excited to go over there. And
we're also going to have some headlining dates after, which is really cool. Even if people don't show up for those, we're going to have a blast just touring around Europe together. We're doing Spain, like 4 days in Spain, Germany, Italy, Netherlands.
Oh, no, yeah, that's all.
That'll be great. Yeah. Europe's pretty amazing. Kind of going in a different path here. Being a female-fronted band has its advantages and disadvantages, and you're both extremely attractive women, and that's a plus, but I think it also can sometimes be a minus. How do you deal with that as fans and you have your anti-fans who, you know, you see like the stuff on YouTube or, you know, the message
we actually don't read them.
Yeah, well, how do you deal with some of that stuff, that negativity?
We just don't. We don't read it. We don't play into it. We don't care what you say. You know, one of the big reasons that we've been metalheads since we were a kid is we were both outsiders. You may look at us and think that we weren't outsiders, but believe me, we were. I was a chubby, buck-toothed, frizzy-haired kid with no friends except for music and art. Those are my friends.
And big nose, big ears, freckles, and no one liked me.
Heavy metal was everything to kids like us, and we know how important it is for, you know, the outsiders to have something in this world to grasp onto. So I think it's pretty silly that people would judge us now, because this music is for everybody, and because we just don't even bother looking at the negative stuff.
I mean, in all honesty, anything we've ever done in our lives, we've dealt with stuff like that. You know, in the sports world, I was a radio DJ for years, 5 or 6 years, and that's the same thing, male dominated. Carla, you know, was a mortician, and same thing. We've dealt with that our entire lives. And for us, we just kind of don't really care. I mean, in all honesty, I think the hate pushes you to be better, and so I guess we thank you for hating. Those of you who have, because of those who have, we've worked harder, we've gained more fans, and proven them wrong. So, thank you. I didn't even think about it, but thank you.
Yeah, it pushes you to become better, and I think you guys are definitely a very positive influence on a lot of young women.
I hope so.
I think you are. You know, and I think, you know, people like Maria, obviously, in this moment you're touring with right now, definitely are. It's nice to see you guys in a package together.
Yeah, it's funny because Maria, in this moment, I said this on stage a couple nights ago, but in this moment, she was a huge influence on me. You know, it was like 2008, 2009, the first time I heard of them. And I remember watching one of their music videos, and I was like, that's gonna be me. And here we are, fast forward to 2014, we're on the same tour, and she's a good friend, and I still look up to her. I know her, and I still look up to her, which is unheard of a lot when you get to meet your idols. So, you know, it's really cool, and I hope that we can have that same sort of positive influence on young girls, and, you know, even older women too. Just to continue to follow your dreams, continue to stick up for yourself, continue to be who you want to be, regardless of what anyone ever tells you. And you know, there's nothing more beneficial to us than seeing young girls in the front row screaming our lyrics at us. The show last night, it was, or a couple nights ago, it was all girls in the front singing their lyrics to us, and it was, like, I have chills thinking about it. It's the coolest feeling.
We just really wanted to message out that, you know, you should admire other women, not envy other women. You know, admire the differences that you have with your friends, the different things that you guys are doing, and really support one another. You know, the big thing about this tour is simply supporting each other. Maria supported us, and we support her, and it's a great feeling to have that.
And that's what's metal, isn't it? I mean, that's the metal community that I know and love.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, why we all got into metal, you know,
absolutely.
in the first place.
That's where you felt like you were accepted.
Yeah.
And everyone supported you. We think about the mosh pits. I mean, that is just, I love seeing this mosh pits. People run in circles, so much trips. You pick them up. You don't see that crap at hip-hop shows. We're trying to kill each other. Here, it's like, there's one love, and that is the music. And you know, you'll beat each other up over it, but it's all in good fun.
Speaking of loves, you love Slipknot.
I love Slipknot, you're right.
Yeah,
my favorite.
Huge Slipknot fan myself. Actually got to meet Clay as well. Any thoughts on Joey getting kicked out of the band?
Well, not really, but we know who their replacement is, but we won't say.
Yeah, you can't say that.
But you know, it is
part
what
of the
it
business.
is. It is what it is, and I'm really excited for Joey and his new project. We've played with them before, and the guys in the project are really cool. One of our friends, Kyle, he's in that band. He's been one of my good friends for years.
Yeah, Scarlet Moore is really impressive.
Yeah. So I'm excited for the future of both bands.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for it.
How was Detroit? That's your hometown.
It was awesome.
Carla?
Yeah. It was awesome. You know, it's great to go just drop by, see your family. We got a home cooked meal. Got to play with my nephew for a couple hours. And it was a great experience. Detroit, you know, it was a little bit more subdued this time. I think it's cold weather. It's making everybody tired. But we always have a blast there. So many fans come out and rally to see us. So, yeah.
Her family's like my family, so it's so nice to go. My brother makes great bruschetta. Fed us really well.
I know, you know, Goliath just came out in the summer and everything, but any talks about studio time again?
We are in the works right now doing something a little special, it's a little different for you guys, but we can't talk about it yet.
Yeah. Well, there's some really neat things coming up with that. Album-wise, we are always writing, and we have started writing. So
it's good to know. Well, always good to see you guys.
Good to see you.
Definitely look forward to your set.
Oh,
As always, it's going to be an awesome night.
Should be really fun. Yeah, I looked at the venue and it looks really neat, so
yeah, should be good.
Excited.
All right, thank you once again.
Of course. Thank you.